Hello everyone out there at YouTube. Today's little mod is a nice simple one. I've put two little white bright LEDs up in my map light section of the car, and I'm going to show you how I wired this in. It's a nice simple little mod that I've made so when you turn all your headlights on, they come on as well, so at night time you get a nice soft glow across your center console. It's tidy. I've got the part out, I'll show you it. Okay, there's mine. I've had to replace the surround on mine. I'm going to paint this part to match the colour of the car. These little dots here are actually the LEDs. I've put some 3mm round domed ones in and I've flattened them off. That's the back of it, nice and tidy. You can ground them off up here and you run a power line across the top, down the A-pillar to the back of the headlight switch down here. You locate pin 9, blue and red wire, and that's for the dimmer switch wire. So when you dim your lights, they will go down, and when you turn it up for brightness, they go brighter, therefore illuminating the center console dimmer or brighter, giving a nice soft even glow. So I'm going to show you now how to do this, how to install it, and then I will show you it all working. Okay, and I will post pictures of this at the end of the video. So, you know, as normal, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share with your mates, comment below, and enjoy. So, thank you for watching. Okay, so first things first, you've got to remove your A-pillar. So, you pull out your weather strip, like so, nice and simple. I've already had this out today because I've put a microphone in for my Bluetooth system. So you pull that out. Be very careful with this. There's little clips on the back. I will show you. Okay, well, it looks like I might need to replace this one. Throw that out there. It's held in place by a bunch of these little white clips. Okay, and they slot over like so. So you can put them back in place later on. Okay, so push that out of the way, you don't need that for the time being. Getting a T20 piece. Okay, you want to remove this. I've removed the handle here already. So just undo that. As you can see, I've lowered it all down already. And that's that. So then what you do is with the positive wire on the back of your new light, LED lighting, what you do, once I've untangled it all, should have really done this first, okay, is you're going to feed it through here, across the top and down the side here. Okay, so let's remove this little light here, so we've got a bit more room. Positive wire up through the top here, and you're going to feed it to this section here first. But by removing all of this stuff, it means you can lower everything and hopefully make your job a bit easier. Ooh. Might take a couple of attempts. There we go. Okay, so then you pull that up, tuck it around. There's a little metal bracket on top of the light around that. Okay, pull it up, and then the next piece, you're going to come from here down to the A-pillar. This is where it comes in handy to have everything removed from the top here. So what you do now is you pull this down gently, getting your hand up just behind the wiring, that and pull it down through the side. Okay, tuck that back up like that. Now get this, we're not going to connect the ground just yet, but we're going to just poke everything back up for now, just so we can pull the wiring through. So I'm going to click it all back up just for now and gently, ooh, what have I forgot? I just want to lower it down a little bit more so I can pull the rest of the cable through, like so. Okay, don't worry about the ground for now because I'm going to come back to that in a sec, okay? But we'll tuck it up out the way, around the back of the wing mirror, the rear view mirror. Wing mirror, I don't know what. One of them days today. Right, so once you've got it all down here, what you want to do is just run it inside the channel. I will get a close up of this and show you. Right, let's move this out of the way so you can see me a bit better. Right, okay, so with this cable, now you come down beside the A pillar, I recommend getting a couple of cable ties, okay, and attaching it just here. There's a careful this braided wire, that's your airbag up top, so just carefully put a couple of cable ties. Okay, and cut that. I've got another cable tie here and run it down the A pillar, around the back of the dashboard here. So you get the other cable tie and put it there. And give that one a snip. Okay, and then with the end of this cable, you're going to go down the side, down the back of the dashboard just here. But to gain that easier access to that, remove your headlight switch first. Once you've removed that, pop out the vent, your air vent, and you can get your hand up behind it and pull the cable through. I'm gonna relocate my camera and show you this now. Okay, now you've run all your wiring down the side of the A pillar, you need to get to the back of the dash. So you drop this panel down here, put your hand up behind and pop out your headlight switch. Unplug it. Put it somewhere safe. Now this the vent is a bit difficult to get out, it's a bit fiddly, but it will go, give it a little bit of force and it will pop out. Okay, and what this means you can do is when you poke the cable through the top, you can put your hand in and grab it, pull it through, nice and easy. You can put another cable tie on there if you wish, up the top on the A pillar just here, like I showed you before. And then what you can do is track down, and at this point you can put your vent back in. Just clicks back in. Then what you're doing on the back of the headlight switch, you're going to locate pin 9, okay, which is a blue and red stripe wire. I will put a picture to that on the end of the video so you can see it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut back some of this here. It's like a Velcro type sticky tape Ford used to hold all the wiring together. So I'm going to push that back a bit so I can reveal some more of this wire. So being very careful not to do too much damage, or to do little damage, just gently cut it away so you can because all you want is a little couple more inches on this. Like so, and that'll reveal you just a little bit more. That's all you need, a little bit more. And then with this wire in here that you've just fed through your new wire, you're going to splice into this. So using some wire crimping tools, okay, you're going to just reveal a little bit of wiring, like so. Using a flat head, okay, on the wire you've just revealed, I will do a close-up of this. You just want to prise apart the wiring a little bit, okay. I'll get you a close-up of this, okay. And then what you do is cut, where's my scissors? On the floor. Cut a little bit cut the rest of the wire off, leaving yourself just enough to attach to where you've just spliced. Get your wire strippers. You want to strip off a little, you know, just enough to solder it or crimp it, whichever you prefer. Wrap it in. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull the camera closer so you can actually see this for yourself, okay, and it'll give you a better look at this. So let me pull the camera closer. Right, so as you can see, I've my camera again to give you a better shot of what I'm doing here. Right, as I said, I've pulled the wire down the A-frame, A-pillar. I've spliced into the white, blue and red pin 9 wire, like so. Look, as you can see, I've spread it with a flat head. Poke your wire through. Oh, I've knocked the camera tripod. Right, and what you do, okay, is you wrap this around. Okay. Now, you can solder this, which I would do, but I've left my soldering gun upstairs like a silly sod. I am not thinking. So the other option is a bit of electrical tape and a cable tie. So get a little bit of electrical tape, wrap it around like so. Okay, this will work fine. The connection's made, it's secure. I prefer personally to solder everything myself, so I will come back at a later date and do this. Okay, just wrap it up nice and tight. Okay, then right where the joint is, where you've made the new connection, get your cable tie. Don't have to do this bit, but I always do because it just gives you a bit of extra security over the connection. Just pull it, just so it helps hold it. And then what you do is you cut that bit off, and that's that done. Okay, so what you can do now is you can put your headlight switch back. And that's that done. Now what we have to do is go back up the top and we have to ground it. So then technically when you turn it on, 2 LEDs will light up top. Right, okay. So now with the cables traced down the A-pillar here, you can put that all back together. But for now, I'm going to ground this and show you these working, okay? So here's the ground wire. So what we can do is pop this back out. Okay. Do you know what? Once you've got this out, you need to make sure you've got enough cable up in the top here to actually do this. Come on, give me the cable. I have to feed a little bit back up through. There we go. Okay, so you've got just enough. There we go. Okay, rest that on there. Then what you do is you get your ground cable. You can tap into the ground up on the top here. Okay, or you can run it over to this light and ground it there. Really don't matter too much where. I should have left a bit more cable on here, to be honest, but if you're gentle enough, what you do is you can hold this in one hand, get your earth cable with some Phillips, not flathead, sorry, pop the light back out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this wire through, so it's out here. Leave that, there we go, that'll give you some connection. But what I might do at a later date is actually put some crimp connectors on it, so if I want to take this back down again, I can just unclip them, which actually is a pretty good idea. So as you can see, I'm putting this together first time as you're seeing it. So I've just discovered a way that I'm going to need to amend this. So if you need to take it out, you can do. So firstly, maybe put a bit more wire on the end of it. And when you're at the top here, maybe crimp it so you can get it down, disconnect it. So let's put this ground cable through to this side. Like I said, if you want, you could cut this back and attach it to the ground wire here. Let's just, actually, I've got whilst I'm here, let's just double check, make sure that all the wiring's working. So by using the ground on here, just by doing that, finding my keys, and they're working. Let me turn my floodlight out so you can see. Back of my hand, see? So yep, they do work. And they are actually giving just a nice soft glow on the dash here. So happy days with that. Everything going mental. There we go. Turn my floodlight back on. I'm going to actually ground this, like I say, and get it all done. But that is a little tidy mod if you want to do it. I've chosen to do it this way because it's the way I prefer to do things. There is actually a cable up here you can, like I say, you can ground into. It'd probably make more sense for some people. I'd definitely put another 4 or 5 inches here to do so. But looking at it, if you could put a crimp in, so if you need to disconnect, you can do. And I enjoy doing these videos, I must say. I've done no research on this one. I just thought, oh, that'd be a nice little idea. I see it on another car. I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna just stick that in my car. So you want, for this, you're gonna want some 3mm LEDs, some power cable, a couple of hours of your time, a little bit of patience, and right, now that's all done, I can connect all this back up and stick it back in place. Something's not holding there. There we go. Alright, so now all the cables fished through. With sunglasses. I'm going to attach it somewhere ground. To try and tuck over the top of this metal piece. Okay, so now, because I'm cutting this off to attach to this black wire on top of the map light here, I'm just going to go snip, pull the excess wire out of the way, get rid of that. So I've given myself enough wire there. And I'm going to splice again into this wire, the same as what I did behind the headlight switch. Oh, you've got a little less room up here, but definitely doable. Okay. Flathead, as I showed below. Make a small incision through the wiring so you can poke this up. Wrap it around a couple of times. I'm going to come back, like I say, at a later date, and I'm going to solder all these joints because that's how I prefer to do things. But like I say, I've done this as you see it. There's been no sort of practice with this. I've not done it before. You know, I've not done a run through to test it. Wrap both wires up. And that's it. Poke that up. Still works. Still works. Put everything back together. And if you like my videos, as I always say, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to us, share with your mates, post comments, and I hope you enjoy it. Like I say, I'm going to come back a later date and I'm going to tidy this up, make it a little more tidy. I'm going to paint this silver to match the colour of the car. There you go, look. See them? Let's turn this floodlight out. There we go. That's dim and that's brighter. It just gives you a bit of a glow of a night time in the car. Nothing major, but it's just a nice little touch. I like it. I might actually stick some around this headliner area behind us. See, that's too bright. You just want a bit of a soft glow. So again, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, like the channel, like the video, and keep watching. Nice one. Over and out.